All right. Ready? Is that good? All right, guys. Welcome to the second episode of Talksome. We're going to go over to episode 7 of WandaVision, which was insane. We got a lot of answers and whatnot. But, yeah, we're going to just review the episode and go over our thoughts. And then at the end, go over crazy theories and what we think is happening and what's going to happen. And, yeah.
Most definitely.
All right. When do you guys want to start off?
Should we start it off how the show started?
The episode's playing.
Is it?
Yeah, that's perfect. So it starts off like Modern Family-esque
Oh, okay. Yeah.
theme to the episode.
Was that how it? I thought it
Right?
started off when she was waking up from like sleeping or something.
Yeah, but it's
right?
like Modern Family, I guess.
Oh,
That's what
I
I got.
haven't watched enough of Modern Family to really know what Modern Family is.
I've never watched it, so I have no idea.
She
I
goes
watch it
right
all the
into the
time.
interview after. Like after she wakes up.
And okay, and then she's talking. She was like, what did she say? She was like, when you accidentally expand the boundaries of your made-up reality, this and that.
Yeah.
It's just a case of the Mondays, and then we see everything that happened in episode 6, which was funny. And then she's still in her costume that she was wearing the episode before.
Oh, that's true. I was wondering too where that was from. I thought that was like something else. But
Yeah.
it was the costume, right?
Like lingerie or something. Was that what you were thinking?
That's what I was thinking. Her and Vision, you know.
When did they hit the intro?
I think right after.
Is it when she gives Agatha the kids?
No, I don't even
Agnes,
think
sorry.
they went downstairs yet. I think it was just her waking up in the right.
Oh, okay.
It was just her waking up in the morning,
Yeah, and then
talking about what happened.
the kids come in and ask about their video.
Oh, yeah.
Which is shape shifting into the. It was like GameCube, right? The controllers.
It went to GameCube, Atari, then Uno.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Oh, that's awesome.
You know what I found? Okay, to start off, I guess with the intro. You know what I found weird about the intro was Vision wasn't in it.
Oh, it was just Wanda,
Did you hear
huh?
that?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
true
just
that.
really
True
just
that.
Wanda.
I didn't even think about that.
His name didn't come in until the very last.
Very
second.
end.
Yeah, and that's just because it's the name of the show.
Might as well pull this up. There's a little Easter egg somebody found. Go pull up the intro if you can. There's a little, like, blink and you'll miss it. There's a little message in the intro if you didn't catch it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we could pull it up right now.
The milk also changes, by the way, before the intro.
Oh, all that stuff
that
happens?
was
Oh, wow.
before.
Oh, well, she
I
goes
was thinking about
downstairs.
that too.
And she almost, like, she walks downstairs and she looks at her kids and she's like, I don't want to deal with that, you know? All right. And this is like the Office intro
Yeah,
type.
definitely.
Oh, man. I don't even know if you're going to be able to pause it. Oh, no. Go back a little bit. Pause. Ooh, perfect.
Ooh.
Can you expand that?
Oh,
It
I
says-
never even noticed that.
Can I?
We know what you're doing, Wanda, is what it says. I don't know. You can't really see it because the top bar. You're going to have to click on the video and then all the way to the right, expand the bar. I think it's going to zoom out, but we know what I know what you're doing, Wanda, I think is what it says,
Ooh.
which is interesting.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I
Dang
see it at
it.
the end. At
That's
the end.
fine. We saw it.
Okay.
That's quick.
Yeah.
watch the rest of it?
Somebody pointed that out online. Nah, we don't have to.
Okay.
Office intro, and then it goes into her at home. So the milk stuff happens before the intro?
Yes.
That was interesting. What do you guys think that is? Like, why is everything...
Okay, before even like continuing watching the episode,
Get a little bit closer.
continuing watching the episode, I thought that it was everything was just she didn't have like if she was hungover, I guess, from like the day she didn't have the power to like keep everything to the theme of the show. So I thought everything was just going back to however the world it was before, but I think she just didn't have the power. Like everything was just changing to
Like she couldn't control it. Kind of building off of what you just said is that like because it expanded and got so much bigger, maybe she's not able to control as much.
Maybe, yeah.
You know,
Ooh.
and that's why things are kind of glitching.
Yeah, but then she was also saying like she didn't. I feel like she like didn't feel the best that episode too.
Yeah,
so that's why I was getting
like she was
you know?
over it.
Yeah.
It was so creepy when she was talking to Agnes. What she used her. Oh, I guess that's not really a thing anymore. But she used her powers in front of Agnes again, like she doesn't care because they were trying to hide it. But it's not really a big thing anymore.
But Agnes is aware.
Yes, sir. What was I about to say? Jesus. she walked in and when Wanda said, she was like, I wake up and I just don't want to anymore. Like, that's such weird dialogue.
That
you know?
is true, yeah.
In front of her kids, and they're kids like, what is going on with my mom? But yeah, so Agnes ends up taking the kids, and then Wanda has the day to herself finally, and then Vision's gone because he just got back from. That's when it cuts to him going back to the circus, right?
Yeah,
it's right after that.
Yes.
Right.
Or there's a little bit of dialogue at Sword.
Sword. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Is that it's in my notes, but we see that they talk about they're launching an attack pretty much on the Hex. But
is that when she meets that commander lady? Monica meets that. What's her name?
No, not that. This is Tyler
scene?
Hayward, I think is his name. I know his first name is Tyler, but they're talking about the expansion. I think they said 8 miles is how far it went out again. And then they said that we're ready to launch or whatever, or we're ready for launch. Mm-hmm. So we didn't see that in this episode, but maybe, which I have a feeling like there's going to be other conflict already happening inside the Hex. Mm-hmm. And then while that's happening, Sword's also going to come in, and it's going to be some freaking crazy whatever is going on. So we saw that, but nothing really happened. That was the only thing we really saw from Sword, other than like Monica and all them, but they're fired right now. And then it cuts to Vision, right?
At the circus.
At the circus, which I freaking loved that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Funny, dude.
That was great.
Mistaken for a clown?
Yeah. He was like, you're already in makeup. He was like, I guess, but okay.
It's still crazy to me that Vision is still the only one who doesn't like forget anything. Like he's still always
aware.
You know, he's always aware of it.
That's weird though. Why? Why would she do that?
Well, I guess we'll find out that.
Yeah, we'll find out why.
Why is he the only one that knows?
I think it's because he's a robot. That's my main. Like, you can't really control, maybe in the logic of this magical realm that Wanda's able to tap into. Or, well, now we could talk about it. But now that we found, like, kind of Agnes is maybe mind controlling everybody. Maybe it's not Wanda.
So do you think maybe? Oh, never mind. Here, let's say that for later.
But maybe just the logic of magic in the MCU, you can't control a robot, but you can control humans.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting from that on why he's remembering. But
I suppose, yeah.
Did you guys catch that Darcy? She was chained to the truck the last episode when she got sucked in, and then she's an escape artist, and she's all chained up. That was kind of neat.
That's funny.
Oh man, those two together was pretty dope. That was funny.
That was pretty tight. I like that.
But Darcy thinks Vision's hitting on her.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, she does.
Yeah,
in the beginning.
She was like, "You're definitely not my type," and then she breaks out of the chains and starts walking.
Because Vision's like, "Oh, we made eye contact.
We locked eyes.
We locked eyes.
We had an unspoken whatever." And she was like, "Yeah, you're not my type," and then walks away. And he's like, "Gosh darn it!" And then he goes up to her, and I forgot what he says, but he's trying to say like, pretty much, I think you're part of some organization that's observing a natural phenomenon, this and that. And she was like, I guess I'll go out with you, but I'm ordering the lobster. And then she walks away. He's like, gosh darn it. And then he's unzaps her from the reality, and she knows what's going on, so it's not like a big thing like Norm, when Norm got zapped because he's been trapped.
Because she's been in, like...
She knows what's going on.
It's new to her, too.
Yeah. And Vision, well, pretty much they jump in the truck and they dip. You guys know who that dude was, by the way, right?
No.
No, I don't.
He's the dude. He was like Tyler, the director's like little side person. He was the one that when Monica asked for coffee and then he didn't get her coffee.
Okay.
And he's the same one that handcuffed her to the truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's who that was, and then it was kind of funny that he was playing like the person who was running the circus.
He did look very familiar.
Which, what is that saying? That Sword got turned into a circus.
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Very nice.
They dip in the truck, and then it goes back to Wanda, right? Or this is when it goes to Monica.
The truck was way ahead, and him like snapping her out of that like reality. Way ahead.
Way ahead of what? Oh, that was even before Monica?
Wanda went home, or it showed her at home, and she says, did I say Wanda?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. She says, have you guys seen your dad? And then they said, no, do you want to go look for him? And he said, well, if he doesn't want to be here, then...
Yeah, she can't control him.
Yeah, and then the kids bring up Uncle P saying...
Oh my God, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah.
Jesus. she was like, that is not your uncle. So there is so many different things that I feel like could happen with him, with Evan Peters. Because at the very end, I guess a spoiler warning if you haven't seen the episode. You shouldn't be watching this if you haven't.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You
Agatha Harkness is controlling Pedro in that little cutscene of hers when she's at the door. Do you think there's a lot of different theories? Do you think that he's working with her? He could be like Nightmare or some other kind of demonic figure who's working with her, or did Monica Agatha, maybe she ripped him from another multiverse, which I have a crazy theory at the very end of this on multiverse stuff. But maybe she pulled him because she's a witch and maybe she's able to do that. She pulled him from a different reality and then she's just using him as a puppet right now, all mind controlled.
I think it has to be a puppet thing, because why would she be controlling him to begin with? Because it shows that cutscene all the way at the end, where you obviously see her powers controlling him. Yeah. But so why would 1 second she's controlling him, but the other second he's over there talking to Monica? You know, it doesn't make sense to me.
I would love for him to be from the Fox universe and him come over as Quicksilver. That would be cool if for whatever reason Agnes was able to do that. You know. I'd rather it be that than like another person who's just working with her. I think that would be sick to have him in the MCU, but who knows? That's what got me, is that she's controlling him, you know. But so they talked about the uncle. Have they got to the Monica part? Did we jump ahead of that or no?
What are you talking about?
Or no, they Vision and Darcy, they get in the truck and they dip, and then it cuts to Monica and Jimmy in the truck.
Agnes takes the kids.
Yeah, she takes the kids.
And then everything in the house is changing.
Oh yeah, we forgot about that too. So everything. I love the wallpaper scene when the wallpaper's rolling up the wall and changing. Yeah. Man, that was such a dope shot. That was cool.
The goose comes back again. Or is it a goose or what was it?
What was that?
What type of bird is that?
The bird from it was a crane, I think, maybe.
It's a crane?
Or what
are you talking about?
What is a bird that delivers babies?
A stork?
A stork? Maybe it's a stork. Because it was in the kid's bedroom, right?
You know what? Actually,
right?
Maybe,
yeah.
Maybe now that you said it like that, stork.
No, I don't know birds like that. That bird comes back and then it puffs into the red magic that Wanda couldn't get away from. Which now we know everything that Wanda couldn't really control in this reality. It was a different magic, which is Agatha Harkness magic is most likely what it's going to be. Right?
But they didn't really show that she was controlling it. Oh, you know, I don't want to jump. I don't want to jump for the end scene. Yeah.
She was doing some stuff. But who says that she wasn't doing everything, you know?
But I feel like, you know what, I'm going to save it. We got to save it. We got to save it for the end, yeah.
So we went over that. Things are changing with Wanda. She's like, what in the frig is going on? Stuff's just glitching with the television magic, which I'm super interested to see, like how they, why is it like television? Why does the magic look like television changing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see everything, which I'm sure we'll get answers for, hopefully.
Of course.
I think around 2 there, isn't it, when Wanda is doing the interview and then she gets asked the question too, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like the first time. Sorry, I'm moving the table.
No, you're good.
But she gets asked the question for like the first time, right, during like a cutscene, I guess.
Yeah, the interview.
Yeah, the interview, yeah. And then she just freaks out about it, right?
Yeah, because the person in the back, which we don't know yet.
It's a guy's voice, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a muffled voice, and it's
It did.
She's like, don't you feel like this is what you deserve, or something like that?
Yeah.
And Wanda's like, you're not supposed to talk, which is interesting. I hope we get answers on why is everything going on? But whatever.
It's weird. It's just random, you know. I don't know.
And I think a little bit after that is also the ad of the show.
Does that happen?
The depression
before?
ad? Is it the depression ad?
Does that happen before or after Monica? I just want to get to Monica.
I think that's before Monica.
Is
you
it
think so?
Yes, that's before they.
Are you talking about Monica getting her powers?
Just showing up with the truck, yeah, which is pretty much the power scene.
The ad is before that.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
The Nexus. It's a Nexus, right?
Yeah, the Nexus. Yeah. Which the ad it went over like the Nexus. Like you take this if, I I don't remember all the dialogue, but if you want to be in your reality or a different reality or something like that, and it was like may cause more depression or and this and that, or coming, what does it say? Something about your truth, like learning about your truth. You know what I mean?
You know what I just thought of? Huh. What if, because you know the chain of ads that we've been getting for the last couple of episodes, it relates to Wanda. Yeah. What if this ad is chained to Agnes? Because if you think about it,
I'm gonna blow your mind at the end of this. By the way, I have something insane, like a really, really crazy.
Okay,
I promise you.
Okay.
I think I cracked the code. I'm not kidding.
You cracked the code?
I think so.
All right.
We'll see.
I like at the end because at the end of the ad it says because the world doesn't revolve around you. Don't other ads
or does
say
it?
That too?
Yeah.
Oh. Other ads have been saying that, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Has
it?
Some has it though?
Some have.
What was the last ad? What was the last ad of the last episode? Do you guys remember?
That was the kid. With the kid, he was like, "Yo, magic," which we didn't talk about in the last podcast, by the way. We didn't even talk about the commercial.
No?
No. But it's a kid trying to open.
I thought we did it. I thought we just couldn't figure it out.
Maybe. That shark. Okay, so the shark is like, "What's up, little dude?" And
my boy was dying.
Evan Peters Quicksilver, when that kid got his powers at first, he was like, "Right on, little dude." Okay. Connection there.
You know.
You're right.
A little bit off topic. The show. I was watching YouTube and I got an ad for Old Spice and it was like the exact same thing.
Really?
Yes, exact same. It was like a guy on an island. It was raining. He was like suffering too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Jesus, man.
They ripped it off of Wanda.
Maybe. Shoot, dude. So after the ad, is that when we get to Monica yet or not?
Okay, wait, but you guys kind of skipped through.
We're skipping everything. We need like a chart over here with plot points that we could just look at.
Like the part with Monica in the truck with that other guy.
Yeah.
When they realized that Hayward couldn't ever get Vision
back
alive, and
so we're at the scene.
Correlated that to him to want being in control of Wanda because he just really wants Vision, and Wanda's the only person who was able to bring him
back, right?
Back online, yeah.
Which I'm assuming he's been trying to do probably for the past 5-ish years. Hayward is trying to bring Vision back online for whatever reason, for their own use, I'm sure, to
of course.
Weaponize Vision.
Didn't they say something about Sentinel in this one?
Yeah. Well, what's the abbreviation for sword in the MCU? I should know this, but it's different from the comics. It's... Oh, man. Face pulling it up right now.
It might have been through that, what Faith just brought up.
Yeah, it's Sentinel something.
Weapon observation response division.
I think that's from... Wait, no, say it one more time.
From the MCU.
Say it one more time.
Sentient weapon observation.
Sentient weapon operation. Cool. Interesting. Which Vision would fall into that category of being a sentient. What is the word they're using?
Sentient?
No, it's... No.
Talk a little bit more into the mic, Faith, if you're able to.
Okay. So that word means that you're able to perceive feelings.
Interesting.
What?
Sentinel?
You can feel things. Huh?
Sentinel?
It's not sentinel.
It's like
It's sentient. You said sentient, right?
Sentient.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Okay, let's just say that Vision falls into that.
Okay.
They've been trying to bring it back online for 5 years, and nothing's worked. Like we saw his body apart, and they're experimenting on him. The only, like they said, the only thing that's worked up until this point is Wanda stealing his body and bringing him into this thing, and now he's back alive. So, Tyler Hayward, the director, he really wants Vision's body back. So I think that's going to be like not the side story, but that's like the science part of like the science villain, if you will.
Yeah.
Tyler trying to get Vision back, and then we also have Agatha or Agnes at this point, being the magical side of this. And like we said, with them launching the attack, there's going to be some collision there, which will be interesting. But we see Monica and Jimmy, they talk about Vision, and then they drive up to this military base, which we all thought the freaking cameo that they're all teasing this whole time was going to happen with the aerospace engineer. And Monica pulls up. And I was telling you this the other day. I kind of feel bad for that actor, the girl actor.
Wow.
Which one?
I know you say why, but like everybody was expecting this crazy cameo. Like everybody was. Everyone's oh my gosh, like is this Reed Richards? Is this anybody? And then this lady pulls up, and she was like,
"You think that was her? You think that's what it's talking about?"
No, I don't think so. I think somebody else probably.
Hilarious.
Bro, they played everybody.
Bro.
The actor who played Monica, she was hyping it up in an interview. She's like, I can't wait for you guys to find out who this aerospace engineer is. She said that in her interview.
It probably is, honestly.
Bro, it can't be, man.
She played everybody, bro.
Memes of the clown I was sending you.
Oh, man. Some people were saying that maybe that lady was a Skrull, maybe, and she was Talos's daughter. Maybe. I'm just putting it out there in the universe. Maybe. I hope it's not. I mean, she could just be a military person, and then we find out maybe later in the show or in a different movie, whatever, that it's like Reed Richards or something. That would be cool. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
But basically, she got the truck to pull it out. She's like, it's beautiful. It's amazing. It's definitely going to get through that.
But it didn't work.
Not at all. She put her the little spaceship thing, very Fantastic Four. The whole suit and everything. Because Future Foundation in the comics, that's like it was like a group that the Fantastic Four put together.
Yeah.
And it had like pretty much, I don't know much about it. I'm going to make it sound like I know a lot about it. I really don't. But it's like pretty much all the smartest people in the universe kind of came together in this group. I don't know what for.
Yeah.
I have to read it. But Spider-Man was a part of that. A lot of people were a part of this. And it's all white. Like their suits are all white. So that's why it made me kind of feel like it's very Fantastic Four with the astronaut-looking suit, stuff like that. Monica jumps in the truck. She's like, all right, here we go. And then she's just hauling booty towards
puts it in 4-wheel drive. And just going in.
What's in the back of the truck?
Yeah, 6-wheel drive, bro.
Did they even?
Yes, sir. Like wheels, bro.
Hey, yes, sir. What's in the back of the truck? Was that supposed to be
weight, probably?
Honestly, I thought that was like kind of like care packages, like for the people inside, like to save them. You know,
that's smart.
That's what I thought it would be. You know, because that's what they do when you go into like where people were held hostage.
That's true.
And stuff. So
yeah, that is true.
In case you couldn't save them at that time, you can leave them. I don't know, something crazy.
That just kind of brings up a whole nother thing. Are these people eating inside this hex? Like, is Wanda just, like, they're going to run out of food eventually, right?
I'm assuming. Well, does Wanda just make food?
Maybe? I don't know.
Just eating for, I don't know.
Jeez, man. Wow. Sorry. There's an issue with this camera. It just shuts off while we're recording, which is super frustrating, but whatever. We're back. Where were we at? Monica slammed into the force field, right?
Yep,
into it getting sucked in.
It's not moving. They said that it's matching the density of the truck, so she literally can't go through.
Yeah.
And then the energy field from the hex is seeping into the truck, and they're like, it's I forgot what the military people said, but Jimmy's like, it's not disintegrating. It's rewriting. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that line. That was pretty cool. Monica barely escapes. She falls out. And then the thing kind of sucks in the truck and then spits it out, which was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And then it's half like old truck, half this sword thing. It was very fascinating. I thought that was cool. And Monica, which a lot of people, I was reading up on Monica. It kind of seems like Monica has a death wish in a sense. Like her mom died when she came back from this. It kind of seems like she went back to work immediately. Like she doesn't care anymore is what everyone is kind of seeing. Everybody is talking about, like, she really doesn't care at all, and she's just going to go and run into this force field, and she's going to go up to Wanda, which we'll get to, and she doesn't seem afraid anymore, if that makes sense. It really does seem like she has a death wish. That's everything true. Everything that she's been doing, it's like she doesn't care anymore, which is kind of sad. Her mom died and all these things, and she like has maybe no meaning in life anymore. And
maybe it's like also too because she also cares about like how like what Wanda's going through, because I guess she can relate it to herself really well. Yeah. So maybe it's like a combination of those two where it's like she has a death wish, but then again she cares for Wanda, so it's like those two things combined. She doesn't care, you know.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
Well, Monica runs into the force field because she's like, I can get through.
Oh yeah.
She splits it easily.
She gets through there, and I love this. I thought this was dope. Like the shot and how everything looked was really cool.
I liked it.
It almost looked like it was splitting from her head and all these different timelines that she was in. And then we get dialogue from her mom talking to her. which I would love to. We don't have to bring it up.
Well, I have like.
You want to?
Like the first line is her mom Maria.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "There's no way I'm going, baby. It's too dangerous." Like that was the first thing they said while she was running through.
Yeah. Which I'm assuming is Sword, because her mom was the founder of Sword.
Okay.
And then it's young Monica saying, "Mom, maybe I could fly up and meet you halfway."
So cool.
Yeah.
And then it's Nick Fury saying, "As soon as you could glow like your Aunt Carol, then you could come and help." Which is so cool. And then at the very end, I'm sure there's more stuff, but at the very end, we hear Carol Danvers, and she says, "What did she say? When they were handing out kids, your mom got lucky. She got the toughest one."
Oh, yeah.
And she pushes through, and then all of her bodies combine, and then her eyes start glowing. She starts floating through the freaking thing. I was like, ah!
I had a question before all that, though. Is Nick Fury her uncle or something?
No, but in...
Because I thought I heard something about
who knows?
I thought I heard something about, like, her, like, Nick Fury saying, like, her, like, Monica's mom was like his like sister or a cousin or something like that.
I don't think so. I just think they have a cool, like a good relationship because they all kind of
close.
Well, Carol Danvers.
I swear I heard something like that.
Captain Marvel's is best friends with Monica's mom, who's dead now. But I'm sure they all had a very close relationship. There, I mean, you may be right, but I don't remember hearing anything like that.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think so because they didn't know each other when they first met.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then she broke through the force field, superhero landing. She looks up, she got blue eyes. That was super dope. And then she's looking around, and it looks like she can see kinetic energy, like everywhere, like through the wires on the poles, and just looking around. That was super cool.
Like and like the energy that's in that, in the hex.
Oh, she was just tripping.
Yeah,
she was just tripping. She's like, what the?
She saw energy everywhere, but she's like, what?
Oh my god. Takes off her astronaut suit, and she's wearing her comic like colors. In the comic, she's all white and black, like her suit.
That is?
Yeah,
I kind of like what she was wearing. Like
it was cool.
It looked good. Like
heck yeah.
Showing off her new abilities. I guess.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And she's running, and then does it cut back to Vision?
I think it cuts back to the van.
Back to the van.
Darcy and Vision.
They're talking, and Darcy's like catching Vision up on everything because he has no memory past Westview at all.
Yeah.
And he's like, Wanda killed me? And she was like, yeah, but you asked her to. And he was like, why would I do that? She was like, to save the universe. But it really didn't work because the bad guy turned back time and then he died again. He's like, okay. And she's explaining everything like that. And they're trying to get home. And
before, a little bit, sorry,
no, you're good.
Cut you off, but like a little bit before that, what I thought was sad was that Darcy was saying, because he asked, who am I now? And then I forgot what she said, I'm not a stem, blah, blah, blah. But I know that you two love each other.
Yeah.
But
super important.
He looked all like...
I think that's
sad,
super important. Right before that, they talk about, he was like, so my original code is from Jarvis. And then he used a big word that I don't know. But he's basically saying, and my body is from Ultron with his plot for global destruction. And she's like, yes. He's like... What am I now?
Yeah. But what's it called? Before all that, you also see when Darcy was telling him the whole thing about like him dying and the 2 times, she like explains to him how like the bad guy kills him basically in front of Wanda, and you could see in his face kind of like he's kind of feeling sad in a way for Wanda because he had all this anger and madness for her. Yeah. But now like. That she's explaining to him, he's getting more understanding of Wanda, where he's feeling kind of like compassionate for her. Maybe, it's kind of like turning, like we're gonna see something.
Him maybe defending himself now, and Wanda.
Exactly.
I feel like I kind of took it as like she told him that they see that they love each other, but I feel like he didn't feel it or something. I don't know.
You think so? I got the complete opposite.
I got the complete opposite. I think at first he was very confused and he didn't really want to be there.
Exactly.
Because we saw in the commercials, like the trailers for upcoming stuff, they're like, let's fight for our home. Or this is our home, let's fight for it. And they're kind of working together. It could be an edit of the trailer.
Of course, yeah.
But I've like watching the show, I was like, how is he going to get to that point? Because it seems like he doesn't want anything to do with Wanda. He wants to figure out what's going on.
Of course, yeah.
But I feel like because of that pep talk with Darcy,
he's
like
kind of changing his mind a little bit.
Wanda went through all this trauma. She loves me. I love her. She's my wife. I have no life past this hex. Yeah, like I want to stay alive, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Is what I got from it.
But then, so then right after that...
Wow, he was getting interviewed too, by the way, which I freaking love.
Right.
I'm not amused.
Yep.
So awesome. And while all that was going on, they're trying to drive this little circus bus back to home, and things keep stopping him, which... He keeps thinking it's Wanda, but
who else could it be?
Interesting. Very interesting. You're good. Monica breaks into Wanda's house, and Wanda's taking pills, and she's all enjoying her day off, I guess. And Monica goes up to her, and she's like, this isn't real, Wanda. And she thinks everything is just Hayward at this point, I think, because she was like, this is all about Vision. Hayward just wants his weapon back, this and that. And she's like, I don't want to hear about this. And then she takes her powers and brings her up into the sky and kicks her out of the house. And then the coolest part of this episode, in my opinion, she's like, all you do is lie. Throws her on the ground, and then Monica freaking superhero landing. Boom!
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So lit. She looks up at her, and Wanda's like, yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what I put in my notes right here. I was like, I put Piers.
Oh, yeah.
Powers. Yes, sir. Oh, that was so cool. I can't wait.
That was tight.
Me and Gabriel have been arguing. Monica is going to sweep Captain Marvel. I don't care what anybody says. I have a feeling that's going to happen.
Definitely not.
Whatever, man.
Can she fly?
I think in the comics, yeah, and I think eventually she will be able to. Over the span of these next couple of movies, I see Captain Marvel kind of teaching her how to be a superhero, maybe, and use her powers, and then maybe she eventually gets to her level. But we'll see.
I doubt it.
We'll see. I just think she looks so cool with her glowing eyes and stuff. It looks so cool.
It does look cool.
Can't wait to see. Hopefully, in this show, we see them her actually use her powers. Our camera sucks, so okay, whatever. I just can't. Yeah, it just keeps turning off. But whatever, we'll just leave this as an audio. If it shuts off from here on out, we're just gonna go audio.
Hurry, go.
Just letting you guys. Okay, yeah, we gotta hurry. All right, so Monica falls. They're talking. Monica seems to almost trying to get through to Wanda, and she almost seems like she almost does. She was like, "That's my truth." Like, I can't change anything about that. Like, I went through all this pain. I can't deal with it, but it's my truth.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to change anything about that. And then Wanda's like, and then Agatha's like, And then she
Agatha steps in right there.
Yep.
Ooh, yep.
She's like, I think you overstayed your welcome, young lady. Because she is young, because Agatha's probably pretty old, son.
Pretty old.
You think, yeah.
Yeah.
What? Excuse me?
Can I use bad language on this podcast?
Sure, go ahead.
Old ass house, right?
Whoa.
Come on, bro.
Hey, this is PG, bro. PG, bro.
Come on, bro. I didn't know you were gonna go there.
Come on. That's too far, bro.
Let's keep it the heck and shoot. All right. And then it goes to Wanda in Agatha's house, and she's sitting on the couch, and then she realizes that there's snacks for the twins on the table, and she looks up, and there's a kid show, and then she's like, where are my kids? And Agatha is like, oh, I think they're playing in the basement, as if she wants Wanda to go down there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
And there's another very small detail that I saw. That fly, you know how it zoomed in on that fly thing?
Yeah.
That fly, it's not a fly. It's called something else, and I'm gonna butcher this because I don't really know much about it. But that whatever that bug is, it symbolizes change, like a change in something.
A locust.
Maybe I don't know what the bug is, but it's like a change in your life or just some kind of. It definitely was a reference to something. Yeah. So Wanda walks down into the basement. It's not really a basement. The door kind of there's a little hallway that has all these tree branches and it looks super creepy.
And shit. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a nice scene.
And then we walk into this big old demonic looking. I almost feel like it's a hex, by the way. I don't know if you realize that maybe it's a hex. And maybe all these hex things is because of Agnes. Maybe. We'll see. And she's walking down there and she's looking at everything. You good? She's looking at everything and we see the book that's sitting over there, which that book, a lot of people are theorizing is something called the Dark Hold. I hope that's what it's called. It's called the Dark Hold, and pretty much is like a super demonic book in the Marvel universe. It could summon people. It's called the Book of Sins and all these things. Okay. That could be what that is. But if you go back to Doctor Strange, which we won't do, I'll throw up an image on the YouTube video, but in the library with all the books, they don't really talk about it, and it's not the one that Caecilius, I think that's his name. I think he ripped a page from the book. Not the full book. There's a book missing in the library in Doctor Strange. Just saying. There's a book missing. Just saying. I don't know. Maybe that's that book. Okay. And then Agnes comes out as Agatha Harkness, and she's like, the name's Agatha Harkness. And we're like, we all knew that, but this is so dope. Whatever.
Then it cuts to her little theme song, doesn't it?
Yeah, and she mind controls Wanda.
Oh, yeah.
So that shows how powerful she is. Wanda's super powerful if she's able to mind control Wanda. There's she's probably
up there.
Oh my God, she's up there.
She definitely
Which we'll go into my theory about the rabbit, but we'll get there. And then it cuts into the theme song if you guys want to continue. Honestly,
what?
Then we're bobbing to it.
I did have a question.
Yes,
so
sir.
Throughout the theme song, we see all the times that she supposedly changes like certain parts of the show to her favor to like screw with Wanda and Vision.
Yeah.
So what I was wondering, do you think every part that she showed are only the parts that she messed up? Because obviously throughout the shows, the last couple of episodes that we've seen, there's a bunch of different weird stuff that happens to Wanda. And when we saw that part, when we're seeing Agatha like showing the things that she messed with, do you think those other parts also, like the other things that were going on with Wanda, is also Agatha? Or do you think that whole time that we saw that little series of Agatha showing
That was it?
That was it?
I don't know.
It could
Like,
be.
because I don't know.
No, it could be because going back to the kids, like we thought that was Wanda, but that's Agatha. I think
maybe
trying to stop her, trying to stop Vision from getting to her because he always like.
Gets, the kids crossing the street.
Yeah. Like,
I think all of that is Agnes for sure.
Yeah,
Agatha.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's all Agatha. I think Wanda is definitely. We'll get to it, but I think Agatha is using Wanda to get what she wants from her.
Of course,
so I think, like when we saw things rewind real quick, I think that's Wanda.
Oh yeah.
But every time there was like an interruption with what was going on, so like her Pedro showing up.
That's
the neighbor, like we saw her mind control. I don't know about. Remember the very first episode of the guy choking? I don't know if that was Wanda or if that was Agnes. And that's where it gets kind of like. At first, we thought Wanda didn't want anybody to question what was going on, so maybe she made him choke.
Maybe it's Agnes too, because remember, Agnes also in the first episode, she was like, "Oh, let me cook for you and your people."
And she showed up already.
Exactly. Yeah.
So she's definitely been maybe manipulating every single thing.
Maybe some things.
Some things, because I still think Wanda is definitely influencing, well, obviously the Hex. I don't think that's Agnes. I definitely think, which I keep saying we'll get to. I promise I'm going to blow your guys' mind.
It's coming up.
Yeah, it is coming up. So we see Agnes, and then she's like, and I killed Sparky too. I'm like...
There's something there, right? Because she wouldn't just say that randomly, like, "Oh, I killed Sparky." Like,
what do you mean?
Well, I think
there's something else to like Sparky. Like,
my theory is that she was trying to get the kids to grow up because every time they cried, they grew up. Yeah. Every single time.
So you think that was just the main purpose? Was just like,
oh, she killed Sparky, and they got sad. Yeah, and then Wanda stopped them. She was like, "No, don't age." You know, so there's a reason why they need to be a certain age, is what I'm thinking. Is because Agnes keeps trying to make them cry.
13 witches.
So that ends. That's pretty much the episode.
Well, no, you're forgetting the last part too of the episode.
Oh my gosh!
Come on,
the post-credit scene. It wouldn't be Marvel without a post-credit scene.
Of course not.
We see Monica kind of snooping around Agnes's. What? we see Monica snooping around Agatha's house, and she opens the little basement door things that we don't have here in California, and it looks like she got mind controlled by Agnes. It looks like her eyes start growing purple when she sees all the purple branches and like everything that's going on in there.
So that happened right when she opened the door.
It's kind of what it looks like. If you
I
go
thought
back
it was
and
not
watch
until she saw
him. If you slow it down, it kind of looks like her eyes start growing purple as soon as she opens. Is what it looks like.
Okay.
And then Pedro shows up. Snoop is gonna snoop, and that's pretty much it.
Wait, hold on. Before we go on to the whole, Pietro thing. Mm-hmm. So you said right when she opens it, her eyes turn purple.
Yeah.
So who's to say when Wanda first opened the basement door, her eyes didn't go purple?
Maybe we just didn't see it. Well, because
she did mind control it later on. But before that?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Maybe Wanda has been mind controlled this whole time.
Because I'm not saying that Monica and Wanda are at the same level yet, but I mean, if she's already controlling Monica as she just opens the door, what is to say, Wanda wasn't? Yeah, that's true. I think every single person in the Hex is mind controlled by Agnes. So you think Agnes is just the main one?
I think she's the one that's mind controlling people. Wanda's the one creating the reality shifting.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think is going on. Because remember when Norm woke up, he was like, "You need to stop her. Like, you need to stop her." He never said Wanda.
Oh, that's so true.
So I think that's what's going on. That's a little bit of what I think is going on. But that was the episode. If you guys want to go over theories, go ahead. Is there anything you kind of...
Bro, come on. You gotta. Okay. We've been waiting for the main event the whole time, bro. Come on now.
And this is not all me. I'm not taking all credit for this because this is me digging into the internet, seeing people tweet stuff and whatnot. But, it's not on there.
I don't think I had any theories. Did you?
Not really. Not like crazy theories. I mean, the only one that I thought of, Jesse did bring up after we watched the episode, was the whole thing. Like, Pietro was like somebody else, like kind of like a lackey for Agnes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that's a thing because the whole thing about the puppet thing. Why is she controlling them? Yeah. If it looks like she's helping him, or is he just being controlled all the time by Agnes? But who knows,
Yeah.
That's my only
Hopefully,
theory.
I'm sure it'll get explained.
Of course.
I did like that this episode answered a lot of stuff too.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely, dude. Yeah. Definitely.
I can't wait for these next two. It's going to be literally insane.
2 more, bro.
We're going to get some crazy witch battle, I bet, between Agnes and Wanda. That's going to be oh my God, it's going to be so crazy. And then Vision's there, and then Monica's there.
Oh, yeah. So I did find this out. I told Jesse the other day because I was doing kind of like a little bit of research myself.
Yeah.
So I was trying to see the connection between Agatha and Wanda herself. And the connection that I saw was that Wanda's grandma or mom or something like that was a witch. And she was a part of the Salem witch trials, which Agatha was a part of too.
Oh.
So when Agatha was supposedly like burned at the stake, she was with Wanda's mom or grandma or whatever. And that's how she knows Wanda, through her family, family line. That's why she's attracted to Wanda.
Oh, okay.
So there's been set photos of Catherine Hong, who plays Agnes, dressed up as if she was in the Salem witch trials with other people, with other witches.
Yep.
So maybe we see that. Maybe that actually happens. All right, you ready for this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, commercial. Nexus. In the Marvel Comics, Nexus, quoted here, is a cross-dimensional gateway that provides a pathway to any and all possible realities. That includes realities between realities. Nexus. In every reality, there is somebody who is considered a nexus person, pretty much, who's able to control it. So what I think is really going on is, for whatever reason, Agnes needed Wanda because Wanda is the Nexus person who could control the Nexus. You confused or no?
No, continue.
Well,
I just want you guys to understand,
like, because of the camera.
No, I need to listen. I'm listening to it.
So the Nexus in the comics is a gateway to the multiverse.
Okay.
They just said Nexus in the commercial. That's
Nexus.
Huge. I think Agnes needed Wanda because she's the only one that could open up the Nexus. She needed Wanda and her kids because she took the kids for whatever reason, maybe to summon Mephisto through, because the only way you could do it is somebody who has the Nexus power and be able to pull in from other realities. And for whatever reason, maybe she needed the kids to also be influencing that. Okay. And I think maybe the Nexus itself is the hexagon. I think maybe that is the Nexus. That is the pathway from other multiverses.
Okay, like the gateway, basically.
Yes, the gateway. And Agnes has been manipulating, doing all these things, and maybe she needed the kids to feed Mephisto, or like in the comics, the kids are fragments of Mephisto. So maybe Agnes put the babies into Wanda. Wanda had the kids. Oh my God, I just thought of something right now. Maybe Wanda passes down the Nexus gene and one of the kids got it, and she needed one of the kids to summon Mephisto, because Mephisto, if the kids are fragments of Mephisto, the only way he could go to another universe if he's already kind of there. Mm-hmm. So those are fragments of him. Maybe she summons him using the book that we saw, and she brings him in through the Nexus, and that's her whole plan. That's Agnes's whole plan throughout all of this. Mm-hmm. That's my theory. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds solid. It sounds sense. Yeah. It would make sense.
Yeah. We'll see.
That'd be very awesome. I hope like that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But would like he consume a kid? Like would he like take their body?
Well, yeah. In the comics, kind of like they disappear. He literally absorbs them, and that's what makes Wanda go crazy.
So kind of almost like a possession.
Yeah, kind of in a sense.
Because I mean, he is the devil.
Absorbs them into his body because they are part of him. And that's comics being wacky.
But if we're going comics though, because you're saying that he was fragments, but in this show, obviously this is not reality. But if it's more realistic, it would be like Mephisto, kind of devil, demon kind of thing. He possesses the kid, which we all know who. Yeah. What's his name? The one that has the similar powers as Wanda.
Billy.
Billy. So it would be Billy, obviously. Mm-hmm. And like he kind of like possesses Billy, and then Billy becomes being the entity of Mephisto himself.
That would be crazy, man.
Because doesn't Agnes and Billy have that one line between each other, just between them two?
Well, he's starting to develop his powers. In the very beginning of this episode, he's like, Mom, like everything's so loud. Like I can't. And that's him being able to kind of like be hyper aware of his surroundings and almost have like telepathic abilities maybe. Mm-hmm. And then same thing with Agnes. She's like, you're quiet on the inside. Because he's starting to kind of like get comfortable with his powers.
But I do I like that theory that Agnes needs Wanda to
summon or whatever, because she's the one that has the Nexus power. And maybe at the very end of the show, all this crazy stuff is happening. Maybe. I don't think Mephisto will show up. That would be insane. That would be awesome. Yeah. If he even is what's going on. Maybe they save that for Doctor Strange, because they need a cliffhanger to follow into Doctor Strange. But maybe at the very end of the episode, this is what's happening. Agnes wants to summon, and for whatever reason, it breaks.
Yeah, it's too much.
The Nexus breaks because it's too much, like you said. And that's how we get Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. Different reality.
From movie realities.
Oh, my gosh. It'd be crazy. I mean, it's so insane, because they have to explain that. There has to be a reason why all those other people who...
And if they don't do that, they'd be missing out, because that would be a great concept to go off of, right?
Like, for sure.
Like, they have to do that. There's no other way that they could do it.
Yeah, man. So we'll see. There's also another theory about the rabbit. A lot of different ones. Senior Scratchy. In the comics, Agatha Harkness, her son is named something Scratch, I think. Something Scratch or Scratchy. That's her name of her son. Could be her son who's trapped as a rabbit. Another theory, and what I've been thinking about a lot, is Senior Scratchy, Stephen Strange. Maybe a connection. Doctor Strange, maybe Agnes. This is going off the rails, but Agnes, because think about it. Doctor Strange is the protector of the world. Yes. Everything like mystical, magical type stuff. Mm-hmm. Other dimensions. Doctor Strange would show up by now. He definitely would. Like, since this all happened, he would know what is happening. He would show up. And I'm sure Agatha knows that, because she's a witch and she's in the know.
Yeah.
So what if she's so powerful that she was able to trick Doctor Strange and somehow and turn him into a rabbit, and that's how she's kind of just using him as Senior Scratchy. She always has him in a cage, and she, like in this episode when she was looking over Billy with the rabbit, he was like, "Oh, do you like is Senior Scratchy a good listener?" Like as if she's teasing him. I know that's a reach,
but do you think Agatha could do that to Doctor Strange?
You don't know how strong she is. As far as we know, Wanda is the strongest person in the MCU, and she mind controlled Wanda.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know,
bro.
That's where the theory crumbles, is that Doctor Strange is so freaking powerful.
I get it with Wanda because Wanda is going through like a mental health crisis, bro. So she's not in her right mind.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's easily. But Doctor Strange, I think he's there. Like he knows what he's doing. So for there to be a way that Agatha could somehow manipulate or kind of I don't know, get the jump on Doctor Strange. Yeah. To me, it just seems kind of far fetched. Wanda makes sense because obviously Wanda's insane right now.
She's going crazy.
She's all the grieving because of Vision and all that. It makes sense. She's not in the right state of mind. But I don't know. What about that one, bud?
I don't know. I just put it out there. Hey, if it comes true, you heard it here first. All right.
Yeah, we'll hear it next week.
Yeah.
Hey, yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, another thing. One last thing I want to talk about is spoiler warning. By the way, like big time spoiler warning.
For what?
About a year ago, because I watch and. Just plug to all these YouTube channels if you guys really want to get into Marvel and be in the know all the time. Everything Always. That's a channel I always watch. He's super good. He goes over anything that happens. Leaks on Reddit, 4chan, like all these anonymous leaks that probably aren't true, but he still covers it just in case. Yeah. Because some stuff does end up coming true. Like probably a year ago, somebody said, it was anonymous, that they got their hands on the first episode of WandaVision. That's what they said. And he said that, and I'll try to make sense of this. We're going to see Wanda. She is grieving from everything that happened. She just came back from the blip. Yeah. She's on the run from the Sokovia Accords because she never signed. She's trying to stay hidden because she doesn't want anybody to recognize her. And eventually, she's working at some place. She changed her hairstyle, everything is what the script said. And somebody comes up to her and recognizes her and says, hey, there's a place for people who are suffering pretty much PTSD from the blip. There's an organization that's helping people with that. Do you want to come and do that? And Wanda's I'll go do that. That person ends up being Agnes. And she tricks her into coming over into this little organization. And she was like, what makes you happy, Wanda? And she was like, man, the happiest point in my life was when I was watching American sitcoms with my brother, Pedro, when we were kids. That was the happiest point in my life. And maybe from that point, that's why that explains the sitcoms and why that's happening, because Wanda's able to manipulate the reality. And they literally trick her into bringing out, let's just say, the Nexus. Yeah. But they trick her into going to this organization, and then they start kind of asking questions like, oh, so what happened to Vision's body? Or what happened to this? And she's like, what? You're not supposed to know anything about that. You lie to me. And then that's pretty much the leak. I don't remember much from there. Yeah. But I have a feeling that it's either going to be this next episode or the episode after that. We'll get an origin story for Agnes. Maybe going over who she is, who she really is. And then maybe we get an origin story of Wanda and how everything happened before all of this. And then the last episode is this crazy battle nonsense.
It definitely has to go that way. Yeah. I think the best way, because we have 2 more episodes left, right? So next episode, we need to know the origin. Yeah. For this to go, I think, as well as it could be, is that we need the origins, basically, of what's going on. How did this all start? And then the next episode is going to have to tease us to a movie that's going to come out. Yeah. Because that's the only way that it makes the best sense of what's going to go on. Where, we'll find out who the contact is for Monica and, all that crazy stuff. Didn't they say Doctor Strange was going to come up in WandaVision?
There was rumors about
that,
I would
right?
love for that. I would love for the... I know it's probably not going to happen, but the rabbit, somehow the rabbit gets to somebody and then they're or Vision zaps the rabbit and it's Doctor Strange. He's like, we got to go!
That'd be hilarious.
Oh my God, that would be crazy. Hilarious. But yeah, there's all my theories. You guys have anything else you want to talk about?
That was very interesting. That was a great episode.
Yeah. Oh, rate it. We got to rate the episode this time.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Okay, we got to make that a thing. Okay, out of all the episodes, where are you rating this? 10 being Captain America catching Mjolnir, Iron Man snapping his fingers, orgasmic screams in the movie theater, and 1 being what's your worst moment in the MCU?
I don't know. Let me think, actually. What is the worst moment in the MCU?
There isn't one. No,
you want to know what? You want to know what? You know what scene I hate a lot? And I always go through it. I don't know if it's Infinity War or one of the Avenger movies when we're just seeing, and it's kind of funny because we're talking about this here. It's about WandaVision in Britain or something where they're humans just talking to each other, and it's like their love story, bro. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of over it. It's fine.
Yeah, I feel you. I do feel you.
That was probably the worst moment for me.
All right. Well, for you, that's your one. I loved that scene.
I'm sorry, bro.
No, that's definitely what it dropped a little bit, and then
I was like, you know what? It's time for a bathroom break here. I'll be back. And then I come back and they're having a cool ass like battle scene. I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah.
Then what's your guys' one? You gotta know your
my worst.
Yeah. You go.
My worst. I can't think of it yet.
Think
of it while you.
I'm trying to think something from Thor.
Has to be a Thor movie.
I don't
to be
even.
honest,
Yeah, I really don't like the first two Thor movies. The first one was okay.
I barely watched them like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm a bandwagon fan of Thor. Now he's like one of my favorite. I can't wait for Thor 4.
Bro,
oh my god, it's gonna be
because Ragnarok changed everything, bro. Ragnarok was freaking awesome.
Gore the God Butcher, who's gonna be played by Christian Bale. Oh my, you guys aren't ready. I promise you guys aren't ready. I promise you. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited.
I'm ready.
All right, what's your number one? Go.
My worst or my number one?
Your worst, bro.
And then we'll rate the episode.
You did your worst?
No,
just the Thor movie.
First of all, Jesse doesn't have a one, bro. He loves
yeah, bro,
everything.
I really do. It's really hard.
I guess I didn't really enjoy the first Captain America's. Yeah.
Like the whole movie?
Like the whole movie.
Just the first one, or are you talking about the second one?
I like the second one better than the first one.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't really like the first one.
I feel it. What part of the first one didn't you like?
I think the whole thing.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's where it started, man. Steve Rogers, some wimp loser kid,
Honestly,
but was a man at heart. He was a good person, and then that's why he got the serum.
Okay.
And he lives by being a soldier because he always wanted to be a soldier.
It's a little bit cringy.
He's kind of overrated, bro. Captain America's kind of overrated.
Oh my
bro.
gosh.
He's the only superhero.
Like, okay, let me be in a team full of cool ass superheroes, but I'm gonna throw a shield and be super strong.
My boy
okay. Talk about Hawkeye. He's the worst. That's my worst.
I agree.
Any scene with Hawkeye sucks.
Hawkeye sucks.
Hawkeye's terrible.
Captain America's kind of cool just because he's the captain.
You guys sleeping. You guys sleeping on Cap.
Bro, Captain America died to old age, bro.
Come on.
He really did,
He's still alive, though. He's still alive. He's just old.
Hey.
He's just really old.
Hey, you know who the real captain of the Avengers was, you know? Iron Man, baby.
Yep.
Iron Man. Hey, the real leader. The real leader.
I have a lot to say.
My boy is a superhero, but died like a regular human.
He really did, bro.
He died. What are you guys talking about? He's still alive.
Bro, he let his body beat him, bro. Come on now. Come on.
Bro, he's still alive. He's just old man Cap right now.
Hey, you know who beat Iron Man? Thanos.
Yeah.
You know who beat Cap? Old age. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro.
Exactly.
All right. Well,
what's your one, Jesse? You gotta tell us.
something from. I don't know. I really don't have a one. There's probably like a 3 for me. Like there's maybe a 3.
Okay, what's a 3?
I'm trying to think of one. Like
what's the lowest point where you're like, all right,
even in Hulk, the Hulk movie, when Hulk was like Hulk smash, so then he was like, he clapped his hands in the wind.
Part of it?
Like, yeah, it is.
Are you counting that?
Yeah, that is part of the MCU because they're gonna start digging into.
They need more Hulk, to be honest, bro.
General Ross. Well, She-Hulk's coming.
I don't know why they never expanded the Hulk universe more.
It's because there was a deal with Universal.
Is that why?
Yeah, they can't have a solo Hulk movie. He could only be a part of movies. Oh. Yeah, it's weird. But they could do a show, and that's why they're doing She-Hulk. And you saw that Abomination is going to be in that, right?
Oh no, I didn't.
And
really?
the same actor is coming back, bro. Oh my god, I can't wait.
That's crazy. That's wild.
All right, let's rate the episode.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait, did you hear what his 10 was?
Who, mine?
No, him. What he said everyone's 10 is.
Were we doing 10s?
No, I said my 10. It was like Iron Man snapping his fingers.
Yeah.
Captain
I was
America
going to say, so
catching
you put
Mjolnir.
9 right, that episode right there behind that?
Yeah, I like that episode.
What?
I'm not really counting it with the movies, that's why. I'm not counting it as like Just like a
in the show.
Like it's like a good episode, you know.
We could do that too. I know we just spent 5 minutes trying to figure out what our how about out of all the episodes?
Or I was just like
out of all the episodes.
Yeah,
I wouldn't really rate this put this anywhere like top scenes in Marvel.
No.
Yeah, I'm looking at it more of a show base. I'm not looking at it through a movie base. Because we're talking about a movie base, and this. I mean, the show is great and all, but through a movie base, we're really going to compare this to when the whole Avengers are fighting Thanos. That whole scene.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, you're right.
Show base.
Different.
Luckily, the show has been like progressing. Like it hasn't dipped. Each episode keeps getting better and better. Yeah. So obviously, for me, my opinion is this episode is probably the best because that's just how it's been going. So I give it an 8 out of 10. Hopefully, the next one be 9, and then that last one being 10 out of 10, based on shows. Because it's been first episode was good, but it wasn't like it didn't catch my attention. Like, oh, I'm really gonna get this.
Yeah.
Luckily, they had 2, and I saw progression, which is what kept me there.
Gotcha.
I liked 1.
Really?
I really like. I'm gonna miss these sitcoms, man, when they're gone.
It's scary, bro. It freaked me out. That was the only reason why it like kept me entertained. Yeah, because the whole first one.
That's why I liked it. That's why it's like one of my. I think it's like top 3 episodes for me. The first, even just like the
really.
First episode, yeah.
I'm putting this episode at like a 7, to be honest.
A 7?
Yeah, because we knew Agatha was somebody.
In love with this episode.
Well,
I love the episode, but nothing's gonna top 5 for me. I literally couldn't believe when Wanda walked out of there. I was literally losing my ish. Like I couldn't. Like my body was freaking out. I was like, oh my god. That was amazing. But then I love that episode.
But this episode too, we get to see Monica getting her powers too, bro.
Yeah, that's why that's where it puts it up.
And then we see Agatha. We actually see her coming out too. So you also, I don't know. That's why
it's up there. It's definitely up there.
It's up.
If we were ranking the shows, it would be in my top 3 for sure. I'm sure these next 2 episodes are going to be literally.
It has to. It has to.
These next 2 are going to top it. Yeah.
They said that there's more VFX shots in this show than Endgame. By the way.
Really?
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what ends up happening with these last 2 freaking episodes. And if they said that every show was going to be about 6 hours, and let's just say let's round them all up to about half an hour, even though the first couple episodes weren't even that.
They're like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Right, let's just say that these first 7 were half an hour. That puts it at 3 hours and a half. And if these next 2 episodes are going to make it 6 hours, oh my gosh, bro, it's going to be literally a movie. Can't wait. Well, all right, guys.
It took 40 minutes.
Yeah. Whatever. We got to finish this up. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. This is Talksome. This was super fun.
Yep.
We're going to do this pretty much for every Disney Plus show. That's the plan. Movies.